Hi, I'm Brigham Larson with Brigham Larson Pianos. I just want to mention briefly some of the awards and accolades that Hai-Lun has received over the last few years. Personally, I've been affiliated with this piano since 2010, and my love for this piano has absolutely not ceased or even frankly slowed down in the intervening years, I guess. My personal affection for the piano is based on how it feels, how it plays, how it endures, and I've personally been the technician that has serviced many of the pianos that I've sold, of which I've sold several hundred over the last several years, and I've only continued to be more and more impressed with this fantastic value of a piano. But the purpose of this video is to talk about some of the external awards, not just my opinion. So the most prestigious of the awards would be 3 years in a row they won Piano Line of the Year, which is Music Merchandise Review Awards. Does this award, and what they're trying to get at is they're trying to determine what the best bang for your buck. It's a consumer oriented organization, and they're trying to determine what the best piano is for your money. So this particular piano is the Hai-Lun HU5P, which is a phenomenal piano. It's one that I've been in love with really since I first played this particular piano in 2010. And Music Merchandise Review chose this piano, the HU5P, as their first award winner. So within the line, they choose a specific model. And the first year that Hai-Lun won, this is the model that they chose, and for very good reason. If you play it, you would absolutely know why. I have it open for this video, just to kind of show off the inside. And this was my first exposure to the piano was the guts. When I first saw it, it was at a convention, a piano technician convention in a big conference hall with literally many hundreds of pianos, all of which were sort of being played at once. So it's hard to hear in that hall. I could hear it, more or less, because it's right in front of me. But where the real, I guess, when I was really sold on it is when in that first convention in 2010, when I took the piano apart and I saw this. And at that point, I knew, okay, this is absolutely the real deal. So beyond that, this is a piano action model, a Hai-Lun action model, that I'm a member of an organization called the Piano Technicians Guild, and it's a I guess, dual mission organization. One is it's a professional organization for piano technicians across the country and even throughout the world, but it's also an educational organization to help up-and-coming piano technicians learn the trade and to test their skill and determine who is what's called an RPT, a registered piano technician, based on a series of tests. And the PTG, which of course they, of all organizations, absolutely should know their stuff, and they do. They chose the Hai-Lun action model as their testing model for the RPT exam. Beyond that, there are a number of designers that Hai-Lun uses. One is a guy named Frank Emerson, who he designed for Hai-Lun for a number of years, and he was pulled away from Hai-Lun after designing for them. He originally designed for Baldwin for like 30 years, something like that. He designed for Hai-Lun, then he was pulled away by Steinway, which is of course a very prestigious brand, to design piano for them. Other maybe notable, Hai-Luns have been in lots of concert halls. You can actually look that up, and maybe I'll have a link to this on this video to the various concert halls that have chosen Hai-Lun. I personally have sold 2 large 7-foot pianos to some local schools, one of which is quite a prestigious school locally, particularly in their music program, and they sent a bunch of music professors actually from BYU to test these pianos, and they determined that absolutely these pianos are phenomenal. And other than that, lots of universities across the United States and Canada, amongst other institutions in Europe and elsewhere as well. So, fantastic piano. Is it a contender for other pianos that more people have heard of, that has better brand name recognition, such as Yamaha, for example? Absolutely, it's a contender, and I'm certain if you were to try it out for yourself, you would see why I would make that claim. Thanks for watching.